Last year, I posted a video about my first experience on Cornice Bowl at Mammoth Mountain. And if you haven't watched that video, you should definitely check it out. It's a great comparison to this video. But I talked about how, depending on how you define it, higher intermediate to early advanced skier, nowhere close to expert, and looking to expand my repertoire and explore new terrain. And Cornice Bowl was going to be my first trail that I tried from the top of the mountain. And in that video, I explained how it ended up being a pleasant surprise, easier than I thought, great conditions, both in terms of the snow and the weather. And I've had a couple experiences since then, a few trips where it's been very similar. Well, on this day, this was a trip I took on the week of St. Patrick's Day, 2025, and they basically got a blizzard on St. Patty's Day that went into the evening. This is the next day. I'd already been skiing all morning, really tired, my legs were shot, but I saw there was no line at chair 23, and I thought, oh, I'll take a quick run down Cornice Bowl. Got up here and was greeted to this. It wasn't groomed. And in my other video, I talked about how I could see it being a very different experience if the cornice, the ridge at the top was there, and it is here today. And you can see here, there's about a, I don't know, 3 to 5 foot, almost straight down drop till you get to the more skiable part of the hill. And then the first, like, I don't know, 20 feet is really steep. And the whole run, it just seems like a different trail than my previous experience. And I'm so glad I got this opportunity to show this comparison. And so I pulled up, got really intimidated, noticed there was this little track, and I just feverishly scampered up to it. I had to go back uphill. Now I'm even more tired. I'm sucking wind here, just trying to gather myself. But you can see to my left, there's a little track where it's matted down, and you can slope in sideways and traverse sideways rather than just dropping down. This nice guy pulled up, and he had told me he had just already done this and that it wasn't so bad. So I watched his path here. And basically I'm going to take the same path that he takes here. He was telling me that if you go across, it gets a little less steep over there to the right once you get past the initial drop. But I was very intimidated. And if this little path that you see here just to the left, I'll get a better look at it in a minute. But if that wasn't there, I probably would have just taken Roadrunner. But fortunately, this was here. And you can see how different it is. If you watch my other video, everyone was just pulling up to the top of the hill and just heading right down. You can see everyone here is like stopping and assessing and trying to plan a trajectory. Like this snowboarder here just slid down on his butt for that first 3 or 4 feet. And that's what snowboarders were doing, but you don't really have that option on skis. But yeah, it just seems like a different trail today. And this is a lesson on the psychological aspect of it, though. I was so intimidated, and the truth is, with this little opportunity here to come in sideways and traverse sideways, it really wasn't that bad. And had I been less tired, and that's another thing you have to consider, is not just the conditions of the snow or the visibility, but like where you're at physically. If this was earlier in the day, I could have just attacked it here, and it wouldn't have been as big a deal. But I'm dropping in here, and the first thing I do, of course, is get in the back seat and just fall down on my butt. Fortunately, I didn't roll or anything. I just get right back up. But you can see this angle here. If you look up, you can see how steep it is. It's just like a wall there of just almost straight down for a good anywhere from 3 to 5 or 6 feet. And then really steep for another, 20 feet or so before it gets more skiable. So I'm just going to work my way across here. And I tried to get some angles here to really show what that top part looks like. And then if you look to my left, it does get better as you go down. But, the snow is really deep and tracked out and heavy. That makes it different as well. But you can see my video is going to cut off in a little bit. But once I started making turns here and going down, it was very exhausting skiing, and you had to be athletic, but it was fun and it was fine. And it's like this the rest of the way down. But I'll say this, in my other video, you'll see people that I think are at a lower skill level than me were just like snow plowing their way down, and they could do it if they went slowly. On this day, a person like that would be in trouble. And so keep that in mind. I hope this helps you out. Definitely look at the other video to compare. And hopefully this helps you out and gives you some intel that you need if you're looking to try this Cornice Bowl.